feel like a farmer with my overalls on. Hi fellow plant people, welcome back to part 2 of my garden science mini-series, if that's what it is. I don't know, but it is part 2. I am going to show you some updates on the remaining germination tests that I had going on. I think I started them to the date about 10 days ago. So there were some kind of mid-test updates. A few of the seedlings sprouted, and I was able to put those into soil. So I'd like to give you some updates on those, how they're doing, and then also show you the remaining seeds that I was giving some extra time for. They're still in the paper towels. So we'll jump to that footage here in a second. And then at the end of that, we'll come back and I will talk to you, kind of share with you some next steps, what I'm looking at moving forward. We are kind of looking at a timeline now, and we have some options too for figuring out when we're going to start planting outdoors. So that's exciting. If you'd like to subscribe, please feel free down below. If you'd like to, comment on what you're doing for your gardening, if you're a gardener and are gonna grow your own vegetables this year, please feel free to share that in the comments. I'd love to chat with you about whatever you guys are doing in that regard. So stick around and let's check out some seeds. You guys, I know these lights are obnoxious, but I'm gonna try and show you. We got sprouty babies. That is the chard that I had already sprouted in the germination test. I planted a couple of those, and then I planted a couple of the kale that had sprouted. I have no idea if you can see this, but right kind of where my finger is, it's a baby kale. So those are the first ones up in this little status update. Cool. Good morning, everybody. If I'm doing my math right, it is day 9 of the seed germination test that I had going on. So I'm going to quick check my 4 or 5, I guess, remaining tests, and then I'm going to show you an update on what's happening over there in the germination tray. Give you this nice view, this tiny view of my kitchen, the one corner that is relatively clean. First up, I think I left the radish to go. I might plant these if I can, just because, wow, yeah, they're doing so good. Little radish dudes. We're going to get these in soil, but just because I feel bad. The kale ones were really hard to let go of. I managed to get a couple of the germinated kale seedlings off the napkin and into soil. It was really hard to get them out of the napkin, and Plantastica had brought up a good point that I should, she was wondering if it was possible for me to incorporate the paper towel into the planting, and my answer, I had thought about doing it that way. I had them kind of clustered together too, so I wasn't sure if it would give each seedling enough room to grow. It's my justification anyway. But these, I managed to get off the napkin with a little bit of root attached. I am going to try, I don't know if my lighting is very good in here. It's the best setup in my kitchen I have. I have no windows in my kitchen. So these guys each, I got 4 off, and 3 of them look like they are doing pretty good with roots, so I might just throw these in a pot too. So that is the radish. Spinach, looking a little funky, like the okra was last time. I can tell something kind of went down here. Organically, chemically, something. And spinach is not germinating. So this is, as I said, day 9 of this test. Napkin still feels pretty damp, so I'm thinking that these spinach seeds, for whatever reason, they're only 2 years old, but they're not germinating, so these might be a no-go. I do have my backup 2019 spinach seeds though. I have a pack that's unopened, so we'll give that a go as well when it comes time to sow these. Lettuce. So last time we checked in, the lettuce was doing pretty well, the romaine was. The butter crunch had not sprouted yet. So as you can see, maybe, hopefully, romaine, some well-established seedlings there. Oh, okay. Butter crunch has sprouted. Just took a little bit longer, and it's not, you know, not anywhere near as highly sprouted. I'm gonna definitely get these guys in soil, as well as the romaine. That's great. Phew. I didn't have a lot of butter crunch left, so definitely gonna plant these up. But the romaine looks good also. Great, so we're gonna have lettuce. Huh. Last up, rainbow carrot. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. So that's a solid no from the rainbow. I know that carrots take a while. They're usually pretty slow. But this being day 10 of a germination test, and I've had it in pretty ideal conditions, kind of indicates to me that these will probably not sprout. Again, with the carrot, it's fine. I do have a newer unopened pack of carrot. It's not like the rainbow carrot though, so we're not going to have pretty yellow and purple carrots. We'll just have the orange, if this holds true to form. So there is that. So it looks like we are planting lettuce and a couple of radishes today. These guys I might let go another couple of days just to see, but not bad for as many seeds that I was testing and as old as they were. So I would call this a relative success, I think. All right, I have my seeds here. I grabbed the 2 lettuce seed packets that I will be using. I'm going to newly sow the lettuce seeds into this egg carton. That's just, it's worked for me in the past with lettuce. Obviously you transplant them when they get too big for the carton, when they outgrow it. But yeah, let's just go ahead. See how many seeds I have left. It's not a lot, so I'm probably going to do a couple of seeds per little unit here, just to make sure that I have enough and that at least maybe some of them will take. So here we go. All sewed. I did 4 little units here of the butter crunch, and then I did 4 little units of the romaine. I added a couple of seeds per unit. We'll see what comes up. We might have to thin it out, but just to get them started. So now I'm going to water these, and then I'm going to show you what's going on in here. Okay, welcome to the party. We have okra. This was the sprouted seed from the germination test. Nothing yet on the fresh sown seeds yet. Chard, the sprouted from the germination test. And baby chard from the new seeds, or the newly sown seeds I should say, the ones that didn't get time in the napkin. Kale's looking great. This is the sprouted kale. This is the newly planted kale. Lettuce, I just got into the pot. Got a couple in there of romaine. And then planted here some, oh, that's the sprouted butter crunch. They're in there. They were just so tiny and fresh yet. I just put them under the soil. That's right. Then I've got some radish going on in here over here. Again, radish I like to direct sow when it's warm enough outside, like right into the garden, just because it comes up so fast and it gives each of the little radishes room to grow. We'll see what happens there. Nothing on the bean front yet. Nothing's coming up quite yet. And then I just planted seeds for butter crunch and then for romaine. So that's what we've got going on. Grow lights central over there. And then these other two, the spinach and the rainbow carrot from 2018 that have not sprouted yet. I'm going to give them one more day officially because tomorrow is Saturday the 18th, and that is the 10-day mark that I was giving for these. So if a miracle happens between this morning and tomorrow, we'll see. But that is the status of my my little seed tray. All right, welcome back. So the next steps I'm thinking with this little project, I'm going to check out, give those seedlings some more time. They are by no means ready to plant in soil outdoors right now. We're still sitting at, today's the 17th of April. Here in Minnesota, we avoid planting until at least, what's the rule? Like my mom and my grandma always would be like, you don't plant before Mother's Day. You could potentially get a snowstorm. So that is fact. We definitely don't want to plant before like first or second week in May. Sometimes we give it a little bit longer. We'll go end of May, just to make sure that everything is warmed up enough. Next steps, we've cleared our garden. So everything is kind of cleared out, the old vegetation from last summer, last growing season. So we cleared that out. Next steps are going to be to till the soil. So we always go through with a tiller and make sure that it's good and churned up and aerated. And then we also, we add manure or some sort of soil enrichment to it to kind of rejuvenate it. And then the fun part starts, so selecting plants. We do grow some things from seed. We'll do direct sow into the garden. And when I say we, I mean me and my mom. This is something we do together. I have a plot. We both work on it and contribute to it. But I'll show you the plan, what kind of veggies we're getting, which ones we're growing from seed, which ones we're going to get plants from our local garden center. Garden centers here in Minnesota are now off of the close list for businesses. They are exempt from our stay-at-home order, effective fairly recently. I think it was just within the last couple of days that was announced. So our garden centers, obviously because we have a lot of farmers up here, we also, our grow season is really, really short. So for people to be able to adequately grow food that they are needing to grow or wanting to grow. A lot of people have gardens. A lot of people want to grow their own food, especially now. So we are able to go to our local garden centers if we exercise precautions based on CDC recommendations. So you wear the face coverings, maintain social distancing, and some places are actually taking reservations where you have to call ahead, pay a fee that will go toward your purchase, and then you are designated a certain date and time where you can come and shop in store. And I think they're doing that just to make sure that they can control the crowd flow. It's nice that fee that they'll charge, the door fee, goes toward whatever you buy there. So that's a good thing too. People are, so garden centers are slowly opening up a little bit, and we're going to be able to acquire the plants that we need to be able to grow our own food. So we do grow some vegetables from plants that have already been started and grown in the nursery. We also do direct sow a few crops, like our radishes we'll do, our carrots, and our greens we tend to do. This was kind of an experiment for me with the greens that I did start. and do the germination tests on, just because I had the seeds available. I know I got off on a tangent. What was the original point? Tilling, fertilizing, and enriching the soil, acquiring the plants, and then planting will be the next step. I'll show you what we're going to be doing, what changes we're going to be making from last year, and then some things we're taking into account to really improve on our experience last year. Because our last year's garden we did grow food successfully, but we could have been a lot more successful and a lot more strategic and precise about some of the things that we were trying to do at the start of the season and didn't end up following through on. So I'll share all of that with you next time. I'm not entirely sure when that next video will come out because, as you know, like there's kind of a distance between now and May. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna do it vlog style, so we'll kind of go in increments as much as we need to. It might even come out in 2 episodes. I'm not sure yet. But those are some of the things that I want to cover and share with you, because I am as excited as I am about indoor plants. Outdoor gardening is where my love of green things really started. So I'd love to share that with you if you're interested and want to stick around for that. Yay! I'm glad that you watched today. And then if you have, again, any questions, or if you want to continue to follow me on this journey, leave a comment or subscribe. All right? Until next time, enjoy your plants and your gardens.